stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody, and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's not incredible.
Donald, you're not going to be able to insult your way to the presidency. That's not going to happen.
You know, I think most people know exactly what New York values are.
My own personal theory is that Joseph built the pyramids in order to store grain.
I don't believe America's losing to everybody.
I do not believe that human activity is causing these dramatic changes to our
What do you
climate.
expect me to do? You want me to go down to Vermont?
I dare Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama to watch these tapes while someone says we have to keep it alive to harvest its grain.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next President of the United States, Hillary Clinton.
My fellow Americans, I am so misunderstood. I am criticized when I wear pantsuits and when I don't. And when the world is falling apart, do you really care about my hair? And someone tell me, what's wrong with being smart? Yes, it's okay to stay home and bake cookies, but that's not me. I've been called a cold, calculating cookie monster, a bitch, and secretive. Well, when you live in a top secret environment for over 2 decades and have a Secret Service detail on your ass 24/7, privacy becomes a thing of the past. And the things I know I can't tell you. If I did, I'd have to kill you. My life's like being naked in a glass cage in Times Square on New Year's Eve. And I'm a private person. Come in. What is it?
Excuse me, Madam Secretary.
You're interrupting my speech.
Are you retiring?
I'm making a speech here.
In your bathroom?
What? Oh, for heaven's sake. Where are my people? And who are they? They're not the We Adore Hillary No Matter What She Does club.
You invited them.
Why would I invite them? I don't even know who they are.
Don't ask me, it's your dream. Maybe they're here because there's something you want them to know.
And who are you? You're not part of my regular detail.
I'm subbing for Agent Luz.
Well, what's your name?
Wynn. We're in lockdown, ma'am. There's been a minor technical breach of security, and I have to stay with you. It's in the handbook, under dreams.
Okay. Please. You play the piano?
Why not? After all, it's your dream. You want me to play the piano? I play the piano.
But that song. Bill and I danced to that at the inaugural ball.
I know.
How did you know?
I know everything.
Excuse me?
How about a drink? Vodka martini, right?
Wow, he really does know everything.
But they don't. Maybe that's why they're here in your dream. You're not at a rally. You're here in your bathroom. It's just us chickens. You're having a vodka martini. Go ahead. You can tell the truth. We are secret.
Okay. Hold on. If I'm going to tell the truth, I've got to get into something a little less comfortable. I do what I say, and I do it right. What are those for? Shit! Ta-da!
No. What I meant was, what do you want people to know about you?
Well, I've done all kinds of things.
Like?
Well, I've supported women's rights and equality for as long as I can remember. But I can't begin to tell you how many women have a problem with that. It's amazing. They feel women should stay at home, and they resent anyone who doesn't agree with them. I want a world where not only women, but everyone can choose what they want to do with their lives. Some people think it's a thrill, baking cookies and serving Bill. That's okay for some people, but I don't even bake. Some people can thrive and bloom, living life in their living room. That's perfect for some people, but I won't make that mistake, 'cause I gotta do something great. Secretary of State was just an appetizer, strictly gave me mold but wiser, had to eat shit until it hurt. Now I'm ready for my dessert. Some people can be content to be wife of the president. I sat there while Bill did it and smiled big smiles for all to see. Now Bill can smile for me. I had a dream, a wonderful dream, people. All about me finally getting my due after all of the crap I put myself through. A dream, just as sweet as can be, people. I was sitting there in my Oval Office, and Bill was saying to me, "Hon, do you like the outfit I'm wearing and the china I chose for dinner? Should I flirt with Vladimir Putin? Yesterday I cut 20 ribbons. I'll just smile and wave at the crowd and look at you, adoring and proud." Oh, what a scream! A wonderful dream, people. And all that I need is $3 billion, people. That isn't much. They might think that sucks, people. Only $3 billion? Come on! Don't you want me to win? Then you better get in and give me all that you've got, 'cause winning this one will cost a lot. If you want me, you gotta pay. Hey, DC, I'm coming your way. Some people sit on their butts. I got a big one, but I got guts. The first lady, the first lady president, I will be the leader of the world. We'll be Oh, that deserves some water. Maybe some little water.
vodka martini. You know, that sounds a little bitchy.
That's what a woman's called. When she does the exact same thing a man does. But he's called aggressive. You know, I can never really be myself.
Why not? Come on, it's just us. Be yourself.
Okay. But then you've all got to promise that you won't say a word. What happens in this dream stays in this dream, okay?
Remember, it is your dream. You can say anything you want, any way you want.
Okay. Well, what do you want to know?
Oh, no, the question is, what do they want to know? For instance, why are you still with Bill? People say you don't have a real marriage, it's just an arrangement.
Listen, my marriage is private and off limits. But I can tell you this. I am so grateful to him for a lifetime of all kinds of experiences. Bill and I have gone through births, deaths, marriages, and lots of challenges like we all do. And through it all, he's the only one who keeps me laughing. He's a force of nature, and I simply love him ever since I first met him at Yale Law School. The only change is, I love him more today than yesterday.
Why?
I used to dream that I would discover the perfect lover one day. I know I'd recognize him if ever he came round my way. I always used to fancy then he'd be one of the godlike kind of men, with a giant brain and a noble head, like the heroes bold in the books I've read. Then along came Bill, the perfect guy for me. You'd meet him on the street, oh yes, you'd notice him. His form and face, his manly grace, are just the kind that you would find in a statue. Oh yes, I can explain. It's definitely his brain that makes me thrill. I love him because he's wonderful, because he's just my Bill. He can play golf and tennis and polo, and play a solo and row. He's definitely more handsome than dozens of men that I know. He's very tall and doesn't slump, and his hair is better than Donald Trump. Oh yes, I can explain why he should be just the one man in the world for me. He's just my Bill, extraordinary guy. He sure has everything that I can brag about. I love to be upon his knee, so comfy and roomy, seems natural to me. Oh yes, I can explain. It's not only his brain that makes me thrill. I love him because he's, I don't know, because he's just my Bill.
Why do you think people hate you so goddamn much?
That's a little insensitive.
It's the truth.
Oh, I don't know. There are as many people who hate me as there are reasons. And it hurts. But I don't dwell on it because I want to get things done and move forward. I want to be president for all the people, even the ones who don't agree with me.
Like Trump?
That bigoted, fascist, racist bully? Trump really drives me nuts. Refugees from Syria escape from their land. They're looking hard to find a home wherever they can. When they knock on our doors, Donald Trump, where do you stand? When they come in from Syria, guests of President Obama, we shouldn't be taking any because we don't know who they are, where they're from. They have no paperwork. We don't know if they're ISIS. Just keep all Muslims out. He absolutely drives me nuts. Nuts, 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 a way to drive me nuts. A splendid way to drive me nuts. If you have a shred of doubt, just screw 'em all and keep 'em out.
Well, so what about Carly Fiorina?
I'm not even gonna waste my breath on her. What galls me, though, is how a woman could be so insensitive to women's rights. Women's rights are human rights, and human rights are women's rights, once and for all.
Now that's more like it. You gotta give these people something not to talk about, and you need to let people know that you've been working for women's rights for decades.
Well, that's what I want to do as president.
What do you say to those people who say you can't do those things because you're a woman?
But I've been doing them.
I know, but people still say you can't.
Well, that's a good point, and it pisses me off. You know, when we had those debates, and Bernie would be over here, and what's his name was over there, and I would give my opening statement about what the polls said I should say, children, taxes, guns, ISIS. You want to hear what I'd really say?
Okay.
Ever since I was a baby, I have had one dream in mind. And I know for sure, not maybe, it will certainly come true. It's a simple wish for me, but it's impossible for you. No way you'd understand it, so I'll give you all a clue. I'm already rich, famous, and powerful. I've stepped on all my enemies and squished them on the ground. Idiots, Trump, Cruz, a pair of clowns. I'll smash them in their face, pull out their brains, and knock them down. I don't have to work, struggle, or compromise. When I set a goal, I always reach it right away. I paid my dues, more than those other guys. As for me, I just want POTUS, not tomorrow, but today. I don't want a campaign now, I got too much class. I want to be elected while I'm sitting on my ass. You might have to suffer, you might have to sweat, but only for a little while, and look what you will get. Me! Famous and powerful. Yeah, I know I have it all. No one else does what I do. Of course I'm rich, famous and powerful. When you do as well as I do, you can be just like me too. What will you get if you say I'm who you want? You get just what I got to give, and baby, that's a lot. Get off your ass, get out there and vote for me. We'll knock the competition cold, cause baby, now I'm hot. I worked in the Senate, I even tried state. With that kind of a resume, could I be anything but great? I'm such a big star, I don't have to tell you. Republicans have tried to put me down with all their hate, but I'm still rich. Everyone adores me and the world is at my feet, and I'm not a bitch. It's obvious I've gotten where I am by being sweet. Now I know I should be grateful for the blessings that I've got. I'll have a husband as first lady, though a lady he is not. And I suppose health and brilliance and good looks count for a lot. But I have to admit, all that doesn't mean shit if you're not rich, famous, and powerful. Oh, come on, don't be so shocked. You know you feel the same as I. If you were rich, famous, and powerful, you should take all those right-wing conservative nitwits, Jeb Bush, Chris Christie, and all of those idiots, Rand Paul and Ted Cruz, especially Trump, and put them all together in one big fat lump and watch me defeat them all. With the gun!
Isn't that a little overconfident?
I am the only one who knows what she's doing and can actually get something done. I'm the most qualified, right? That's what to be confident about.
But some people say you accepted Secretary of State to lock up the presidency.
When the president asks you to be Secretary of State, you do it. 1 million miles and 112 countries later, that job more than qualifies me to be president. And trust me, this race is far from being locked up. You know, I met with dignitaries and dissidents. I felt it was just as important to identify with the dissidents as it was with the leaders. I remember this one woman from Belarus who had her picture taken with me and with my arm around her, and she said to the photographer, "I need that picture." "Well, yeah, sure, I'll get it to you." "No, you don't understand. I need that picture. I need that picture now." "Why do you need it now?" "It's my bulletproof vest." From that experience, I learned that whenever I went to a country, and if I appeared on their national television with the dissidents, suddenly the United States of America would be protecting them. That way, they couldn't just disappear.
I never heard about that.
Well, that's because I didn't publicize it. It's about them, not me.
What else did you do?
Speeches. So many speeches. I'm so delighted to be here in Uzbekistan, yada, yada, yada. How would you like to fly 1 million miles and eat fricasseed dog livers and goat's eye dumplings, steamed and never fried? 21-hour days, day after day, smiling at people you hate, don't trust, and who threaten our security. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Then, see if there's any common ground. That's the way to move the world to a better place in minute steps. That kind of diplomacy is a pain in the ass, but it's necessary. And the best training ever to be president. You don't spend countless hours in the Situation Room and not learn how tough decisions are made. I had a real nightmare the other night. Donald Trump was president. And he wanted Sarah Palin as Secretary of State. And she called me up and said, "Hillary, can you tell me what it's like to be Secretary of State? And I said, you betcha. Poor wandering me, schlepping all over the world. 1,000,000 miles, 10,000 smiles, poor wandering me. If I had won, Obama, he would have had my job. He'd have this crap dumped in his lap, and I could sit back like a blob. Alas, it was not so. I'm the vagabond blonde on the go. Banquets in every country with food that I can't pronounce. Dai Bingwo, Hamid Karzai, Ahmadinejad, Putin, and I ate food that pickled my tummy and made me want to die. In South Africa they have these worms. Squeeze out their guts and mix with spice. Japan's soft and creamy male fish sperm. Or some Maasai cowbloods, milk and mice. Poor running me. Now I take KO pectate. Sometimes bravo, most times oh no. And I regret what I ate. Poor running me. Poor running me. I'm telling you, I know you would not believe all the food I've been treated to. Moose noses, grasshoppers, rare ducky feeders too. I can't believe that I'm actually eating this. Won't you take mine? I've tried to digest all this crap but can't do it. Would you eat a cheese that had maggots all through it? If you had to eat it, I'm sure you'd say screw it. Take mine, please, won't you take mine? Please save me from dying. Take mine, take mine, take mine, take mine, please. Take mine.
So, did she take the job?
Yes, that's why it was a nightmare.
You know, I just heard she signed on to a new reality series. Sarah shoots a moose a week.
I don't know what's worse, a reality series or Secretary of State. And speaking of nightmares, I don't have to be diplomatic, do I?
No. What would you say if you could say anything? What would you say to Putin?
Put your shirt on. Next question.
Did you like anything about being Secretary of State?
Yes, the children. I've been an advocate for children ever since I worked at the Children's Defense Fund right after law school. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. I found untold numbers of disabled children who were not in school because they were blind, deaf, or in wheelchairs, and the schools didn't provide access for them. That work resulted in the passage of the Handicapped Children's Act.
How they play, finding treasure in the sand, and forever hand in hand, our children.
How they laugh, had we ever laughed like this, waking every moment's bliss, our children.
See them running down the beach, children run so fast,
Towards the future,
from the past. There they stand, making footprints in the sand, and forever hand in hand,
our children. Then I went down to South Carolina to investigate the prisons where they were incarcerating juveniles with the adults. And the Children's Defense Fund made it possible to separate out the children from the adults. Children have a heart of gold. Sometimes they feel alone and sold. They need someone to be around.
reach out.
A helping hand. Children need a helping hand. Children need a promised land.
Let the children feel again that love is alive.
Then as First Lady, I worked hard to get CHIPS passed, the Children's Health Insurance Program that now provides coverage for 8 million children. Children are the same wherever you go. They're like music and love. It doesn't matter what color they are, where they're from, or whether they're rich or poor. They're beautiful. They're our future and pure love. Orange ice and meadows of marigold, pink balloons and teddy bear brown.
These are the colors that children everywhere
Love to have around. Make a rainbow.
Make a rainbow.
Make a rainbow.
Make a rainbow till the skies are clear above.
And we know that the colors of children everywhere shine in a world of, I believe the children are our future.
You know, while we're on the future, if we don't do something about climate change, there won't be a future.
Yeah. Another thing that drives me nuts. Nuts, 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 a way to drive me nuts. A splendid way to drive me nuts. Just come out with defiance. To hell with all the science. In the words of the noted astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson, just because you don't believe something doesn't mean it isn't true.
Ma'am. Dr. Carson?
My thought is that marriage is between a man and a woman. It's a fundamental pillar of society, and no group, be they gays, pedophiles, bestialists, or whatever, can change that.
Are you with us? Okay. So, what keeps you going?
Public service. But when you decide to run for president, you open yourself up to all sorts of criticism, attacks, scandals, things that involve my family.
And how do you feel about what people say?
How would you feel? I'm a person. I'm a human being. I hurt like everyone else. But I can't do anything about these people.
Why not?
When you're attacked constantly, it's hard to deal with publicly and privately. So I've had to learn to forgive. Not for them, but for me. Forgiveness is a way of opening up the door again and moving forward. You know, life is filled with disappointments, but I respect anyone who, when they're knocked down, can get back up. That's what it's about. And then don't lose sight of where you're going. Just stop worrying about it, move on, and fulfill your dreams. Remember, whatever you dream, you can have. Deep within each heart, there lies a magic spark that lights the fire of our imaginations. And since the dawn of man, the strength of just we can has brought together people of all nations. There's nothing ordinary in the living of each day. There's a special part every one of us will play. Feel the flame forever burn, teaching lessons we must learn to bring us closer to the power of the dream. As the world shows us its best, we stand apart from all the rest. It is the power of the dream that brings us here. Our mind will take us far, the rest is just pure heart. We'll find our fates, they're all our own creation. And every boy and girl, as they come into this world, they bring the gift of hope and inspiration. Feel the flame forever burn, teaching lessons we must learn to bring us closer to the power of the dream. The world unites in hope and peace. We pray that it will always be. It is the power of the dream that brings us here. There's so much strength in all of us, every woman, child, and man. It's the moment that we think we can't, we discover that we can. Feel the flame forever burn, teaching lessons we must learn to bring us closer to the power of the dream. The world unites in hope and peace. We pray that it will always be. It is the power of the dream that brings us
Power of
here.
the dream, the faith of things unseen, the courage to embrace our fear.
No matter where we are, we reach for our own star to realize the power of the dream. To realize the power of the dream.
It's a giant brain. But
Solid brain.
what did you really think about your 11-hour Benghazi hearing?
Well, I was really looking forward to it. I had waited 11 months, except for 3 of them. All 29 of those hearings were behind closed doors, so this was really an opportunity.
Uh-huh. But what did you feel?
I hate you, Rowdy Gowdy. You little twerp bastard with your 15 minutes of fame. Shut the fuck up. I hate you.
Go back, man. Let us know how you really feel.
It was a witch hunt. 20 million taxpayer dollars. All that time and money spent, and you know what they found? Nothing. There was no evidence of administration wrongdoing, no evidence of intelligence failure, no evidence of a stand-down order. 1,128 days, 2,780 questions, and that was just in the 3 open hearings? Oh, fuck you. Leave me alone. I didn't do anything.
Now you're on a roll. What else bothers you?
There isn't enough time. I'm all right. What really bothers me is the violence. We don't do that. We dialogue, debate, discuss, disagree. What Trump does is not only wrong, but dangerous. If you play with matches, you can start a fire that you can't control. That's not leadership. That's political arson. If you see bigotry, oppose it. If you see violence, condemn it. If you see a bully, stand up to him.
When you call Trump bigot, fascist, racist, bully, aren't you doing the same thing he does?
Yeah, but I'm in a dream. I can't say those things when I wake up. Maybe that's why I'm dreaming. There's another choice. So many things we can't control. So many hurts that happen every day. So many heartaches that pierce the soul. So much pain that won't ever go away. How do we make it better? How do we make it through? What can we do when there's nothing we can do? We can be kind. We can take care of each other. We can remember that deep down inside we all need the same thing. And maybe we'll find, if we are there for each other, that together we'll weather whatever tomorrow may bring. Nobody really wants to fight. Nobody really wants to go to war. Everyone wants to make things right. Then what are we always fighting for? Does nobody want to see it? Does nobody understand? The power to heal is right here in our hand. We can be kind. We can take care of each other. We can remember that deep down inside we all need the same thing. And maybe we'll find, if we are there for each other, that together we'll weather whatever tomorrow may bring. can't wait.
Are you ready, ma'am? You have to speak at the We Adore Hillary no matter what she does club.
Oh, I must have overslept. Give me a moment. I've gotta brush my teeth. Wait a minute. You don't happen to play the piano, do you?
Well, as a matter of fact, I do. Why do you ask?
Well, I just had this dream where I was able to sing and you were playing the piano for me.
Okay. Here's your speech, ma'am.
I don't think so. Can you play Anthem from Chess?
Think so.
No, in G flat.
Okay.
I'm not gonna talk today. I'm gonna sing. This is who I am. This is how I feel. This is the truth.
Yes.
No man, no madness, though their sad power may prevail, can possess, conquer my country's heart. They rise to fail. She is eternal, long before nations' lines were drawn, when no flags flew, when no army stood, my land was born. And you wonder why I love her, through wars, death, and despair. She is the constant, we who don't care. And you wonder, will waitstaff who silently served drinks and never once woke me up. And to Lisa Moss with her fabulous lights and sound. And to Thomas Connick who thought of everything and made us feel so welcome at the Duplex. And to David Friedman, Saba, Steve Bustamante on video, and Bianca Miller, and Bill Hopkins. How can I possibly forget those two names? Bianca Miller and Bill Hopkins for technical and emotional support. And to my marvelous backup singers, Samantha Northart and Justin Lieberman. And to all my delightful opponents. And to my husband and director, Chuck Karel. Oh yeah, and Wynn. My brilliant music director, slash singer, slash actor, slash Secret Service agent, slash tap dancer. We took that part out because he has no rhythm. Jason Wynn. It's been a real pleasure to be with you folks tonight, but frankly, it's going to be much more of a pleasure when you put me back in the White House. Pivot fingers. That's a showbiz term. I am Hillary, and by me that's simply great. There've been no POTUSes with a silhouette this curvy. Men have said stupid things as head of state. That if I said them, they would call me nervy. You might wonder why